Hello everyone, this is Leonard Smith from Sense Memory, and today we're doing an unboxing. And there's a connection, for me at least, between this new fragrance that just came out this year and this woman here. This is actually a life mask of Elizabeth Taylor that was created at the time that she filmed Cleopatra in Rome in 1962. I'll tell you more about the life mask and that event and how it ties in with this wonderful fragrance when we continue. Stay tuned. A little bit about this mask of Elizabeth Taylor. As I said, it was created in 1962 when she was filming Cleopatra. And it's quite common to do life masks of actors and actresses so that they can do makeup experiments on them without the actual actor or actress being there. They can build up noses, make all kinds of prosthetics for the face. So actually in MGM, there's a famous picture, a famous photograph from Life magazine, I believe it is, of Angie Dickinson getting her face prepared to make a life mask, and on the wall behind her are all those life masks hanging, and one of which was this one. And there's a life mask of everyone from Marlon Brando to Paul Newman on that wall. Anyway, this was created in 1962 when she was filming Cleopatra. And that ties in very beautifully with the fragrance that I just received in the mail yesterday from the House of Floris. Now this is their brand new fragrance from 2016 and it's called 1962. So let's open it up. The box is wonderful. Now, since I don't live in a big city anymore and the nearest big city is Seattle, about 40 minutes away, and then Tacoma's right nearby, I'm not able to just go and get on the streetcar and go downtown and shop. So I'm going to be ordering things more online from the actual suppliers. So this is Floris London, and actually you can order through Floris London on their American link and get any of their fragrances shipped right from America to you here in the United States if you want to. So for people who think, oh, I can't order it, it's from England, they won't ship it, they definitely will in this case. So let's open it up and take a look at the bottle and talk a little bit about this fragrance. This handy dandy knife. Oh, it's really a nice little seal actually with this Floris symbol, it opens up like this. There's a lovely little card, thank you card. Thank you for shopping at Floris. Right there you can see. Thank you for shopping at Floris. That's very nice. And beautiful paper wrapping. They really did a gorgeous job. Now I can see their symbol a lot better. Okay, there you go. There is the stamp on the seal. So we'll just open this up. I always hate to tear the paper, but you gotta tear the paper to get into the goodies, right? So we'll open that. And then it's so beautifully wrapped, that they went to a lot of attention to detail here. So here's the bubble wrap. The bubble wrap. Oh, here's the bottle. It's so beautiful. And we'll take this out of here. I'm really, really excited. This, I have to tell you that this particular fragrance, I was extremely interested in because the year 1962, as I mentioned, was the year that Cleopatra was in production in Rome. It began actually filming preparations in 1960, then began filming in London in 1961. And during that ill-fated beginning, Elizabeth Taylor came down with a very, very, very bad case of pneumonia and actually ended up in the hospital, had to get a tracheotomy so that she could breathe. And at one point, one of the newspapers in London reported she had actually died. But she survived, and they postponed the production of the film and realized filming a story that took place in Rome and Egypt in London was not a good idea for weather purposes. There were a lot of outdoor shots that just weren't working because it was raining. And so they moved the whole production to Rome, changed a couple of the cast members, and introduced in the role of Mark Antony, Richard Burton. And that's when all the trouble began. Or I don't think of it as trouble, I think of it as really a fascinating story. But what got my eye about this is the story behind this particular fragrance, 1962, is all about swinging London in 1962. But if you look very closely on the cover, there sits a woman who resembles a very, very, very much Elizabeth Taylor in 1962 with her little head scarf on and her famous profile. And it looks like she's sitting next to the backside of who her husband was at the time, which was Eddie Fisher, or it could be Richard Burton. And so that caught my eye and got me interested in trying out this fragrance. There are many reasons to try out a fragrance, and this is perhaps one of the most unusual ones. But when I looked at the notes, I thought this is really going to be something I think I'll like. So let's go ahead and open it. So this comes off. Look at this incredible packaging. Just gorgeous. So, as I said, she was filming Cleopatra in Rome. It became the most expensive film ever filmed, including today, if you take into consideration inflation. And during the production in the winter of 1962, they started filming her scenes with Richard Burton, and they fell in love and created a scandalous, for those days, today, nobody cares if you're having an affair with your co-star, but this in 1962 was a real scandal. Everyone was shocked, and instead of ruining her career, it certainly enhanced her reputation as a femme fatale. And even the Pope came out against her at one point. But enough of that. Let's get on with the opening of this beautiful box. So there it is. Isn't that gorgeous? What great presentation. So there you have the bottle. Simply gorgeous. And so let's do a testing and see what it smells like, because this is a blind buy for me, and I went purely on emotion with this one. So I couldn't find out who the nose behind this particular fragrance is, but it's listed as a citrus, and its main accords are woody, spicy, green, aromatic. And the notes in this fragrance, top notes are green mandarin, cloves, spicy, mint, and bergamot. The mid notes are cypress, basil, jasmine, and lily of the valley. And the base notes are cedar, moss, musk, and amber. So it definitely is probably going to be something for spring and summer, but might work. Actually, today's the first day of autumn, so it might even carry over into autumn, especially if it's a beautiful autumn day like today, which is warm and gorgeous outside. So let's open it up and take a sniff. Fingers crossed. Nice, nice sprayer. So, I can already tell this harkens back to great classics of that period. It is really beautiful. So there's going to be a full review coming of this very shortly. But I have to tell you that it is so well blended in the top notes. You get the citruses, but there's a wonderful green wave going through there, spring-like. And definitely I'm getting the amber, which is really an interesting addition to a citrus, to have this beautiful amber underneath, kind of giving a bass note like a cello or a viola, just a beautiful, beautiful humming note. It really is lovely. So I will end it right here and remind you that there will be a review coming up shortly on the beautiful 1962 by Floris it created this year. And, well, there's nothing else much to say except remember, wear what you love and not what they say you should like. Cheers. So I just discovered at the bottom of the box a sample from Floris, which really was very nice of them. This one is called Sole Empre, and from what I read, it's inspired by the island of Mallorca off of Spain. So that was very nice of them to include a beautiful sample.